What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Gore here, and we are back yet again on another Tuesday Night Live. Guys, we're just going to be kind of hanging out, chilling tonight, talking about some different products that are pretty relevant right now, and checking in and seeing what's going on with you guys in this world. If you guys were watching last week, man, we had a pretty fun show. We gave away a bunch of those surprise boxes, and you know what? I'd love to know, if you guys are tuning in right now, if you guys have taken advantage of the surprise boxes and what you got. I can tell you right now, those surprise boxes have had such a great reception. They've been well received that we are actually, I'm happy to say, and it also pains me to say because it's sad, but we're out of stock of the premium boxes from the right hand to the left hand boxes, but we still have inventory of the classic box. So if you guys are looking to get your own surprise box, there's still the classics available. As of right now, we are sold out currently of the right and left hand premium box. But like I said, those of you tuning in right now, if you guys have purchased and received your real surprise box, whether it's classic or it's the premium box, right hand or left hand, let me know what box you guys purchased and what you got in it, and we'll talk about it on the show. So let's jump up here and let's see what is going on in the comment section. Of course, we've got Gary E in the house. Now, Gary looks like he had to change his handle here. Let's see. Who else we got? Doug, what's happening? What's going down? We got Robert in the house. What's going down? What's going down? Who else we got in here? Crappy Kev, what's up to you, bro? What's up to you, man? How are you? Glad to see you in the house. Let's see here. Who else we got? We got Arthur Shoop in the house. What's going on? KastKingLIVE in the house. We got Any Outdoors 402. We got Kurt Kumachi. Hey, this looks different. Yeah, something changed on the yeah, it looks like Gary's saying he had to change his handle, but I'm looking at the way it's coming across my screen. Looks like YouTube's changed some things. They've done some updates and changed some stuff. So that's a little adaptation there. Mark, what's going on, brother? Glad to have you in the house. Evans Boys Fishing, hello. Apex, what's going on? Let's see here. Who else we got? Sean, what's going on? My Facebook peeps are just now starting to cruise in. William Joe Elliott, Sean, how are you? Melissa, glad to have you as always. Diane Yeckel, hello. Let's see here. She goes, Diane wants to know how everyone is doing, how you all doing. I'm sure she missed an L there. Cody Smith, howdy, AJ. What's up, KastKing family? What's up with you? Let's see here. Let's see. Who got the Dune Shadow? Speak up. You know what? See, I agree. Did anybody get the Dune Shadow? If you guys did, and any of you are watching, I'm sure a couple went out there. That doesn't mean that they're tuning in. Doesn't mean that they're KastKing USA followers. But I would love to see this thing in person, or at least pictures, and know who got one. So yeah, that is the question of the night. Who got the Dune Shadow? William Joe Elliott is not taking this lightly. He wants to know, and I'm with him. I support William on this. Please smash that like button. Dude, you guys are awesome. Yes, 513 Diggs. I appreciate you as well. Dude, yeah, smash it. Likes, hearts, everything. If we're ever doing giveaways, that's how you guys get found too, is comments. But yeah, any love you guys can throw my way, I appreciate. Who else we got? Rashawn Hunt in the house, aka the Froggin Master, is in here. Guys, if you guys don't follow Rashawn, go follow this guy on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Rashawn, do me a favor, and all of you guys, anybody in here watching, now is your chance. Hit the comment section. Throw your guys' handles down from Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Blow up that comment section on how people can follow you, whether you're Rashawn Hunt, the Froggin Master, or you're Steve Yeckel, or you're Cody Smith, or you're Diane Yeckel, or you're Melissa Justice, or you're Sean, or you're Doug. Let people know how they can follow you in the comment section and on what platforms. Who else we got? KastKingLIVE, what's going on with me? Oh, not a whole lot. We had a bunch more flooding, guys. I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. I know California's got a chance for flooding, but my area got absolutely drenched over the last 4 or 5 days. Now, we did not have the crazy like supercell center right over top of my area and just dump gallons of water in minutes like it did 2-3 weeks ago, which led to catastrophic flooding. But we did have severe flooding again. It did run over the bridges. It did flood downtown area to an extent, but not as bad. It set us back. Excuse me. That yawn came out of nowhere, and I do apologize. It did set us back a degree, but not horrendous, not horrific like we had that 2-3 weeks ago. But yeah, we're going to have to be putting some work together. And man, we had the pressure washers. I say we. I just provided tools today. My wife went down and worked at the bike shop and at the graphics company. But yeah, we had some more flooding in our area. But as far as I know, no deaths, no real injuries. But yeah, a lot of people got set back. Miami got hit hard again. Oh, this is kind of a crazy development. So US Highway 60 is the major artery that feeds into my hometown, right? There is one other area. There's 2 other areas you can get in and out. But it adds an hour to 2 hours drive time, depending on if you're coming from Phoenix, how you go, whether you go up the Beeline or you come up around through Winkleman-Hayden area. But the US 60 has always been the main artery that supplies my hometown. They've been doing a bunch of work on it to prevent water from damaging the road and diverting water from floods. And they were almost done. But guess what? This flood hit and destroyed everything they did over like the last year and a half from the floods that we had a couple of years ago after all the fires. So US Highway 60 is completely closed for at least the next 30 days. They got to get engineers in there to see if it's even safe to travel. And they might be able to open it up at the end of the month for one way with a pilot car. Yeah, we keep getting the punches, man, I tell you. So, all right. So let's go to the comment section and see what people got. So nobody answered on the Dune Shadow yet that I've seen. Please smash that like button. Frogmaster is here. Let's keep going. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so I like this one right here. So we see, didn't get a mystery box, but I got the Lethal Blaze casting. I like that. I don't quite understand what it said, but Lethal Blaze be casting gum a few days ago, and it has been amazing. So I think what he's trying to say is got the Lethal Blaze bait caster, and he's loving it. Great to hear. I've actually got those right behind me. We'll talk about those in a minute. Robert got himself the premium box with a deadbolt. Now you can't go wrong with that deadbolt. Robert, what else did you get with it? Did you get apparel? Did you get line? Did you get lures? What'd you get? Let's see here. Evans Boys Fishing's in the house. Let's keep scrolling. What do we got here? It's just showing out. Okay, right here. Rashawn Hunt's got one. It says, I got the mystery box with glasses and a Mega Jaws reel in line. I will send the glasses for a giveaway. Sweet. Nice, dude. See, that's what you got to love about Rashawn. Always pumping out hooking the people up, giving back to the people, getting them hooked up. Let's see here. When are the premiums going to be restocked? This is a great question, guys. This is a great question. I don't know. I did submit that question earlier. I reached out to a few people. They've got some questions already in play. We're waiting to hear back on that email of when we can expect a restock. So won't have that answer for you tonight. Might see that shortly. Should know by next week for sure. I'll probably know it later tonight. But of course, by then the broadcast will be over. But we'll see. I'll see what I can do about getting that information out. Probably post that on KastKing USA if I get that information back tonight. Let's see here. Let's go here. Okay, so this one right here. Carlito's Way said they got the Zephyr Carbon which that Zephyr Carbon is phenomenal. I got one too, and I'm super happy. And the Deadbolt. So you got a home run right there. Biz Fam says, "What's up, fellas?" Let's see here. How long are these boxes going to be available? Another great question. I am not sure. Hello, Jennifer Lude. They are a temporary thing. I don't know. They are, as far as I know, they are not going to be a permanent item. Might be something that we do on occasion from time to time. But as far as I know, it's not going to be a normal stocking item. So there's a chance that once they're gone indefinitely or until the next promotion. So let's see here. All right. So this one right here, good evening. I like the deckable. I use it for frogging. Okay. Let's see here. Who else we got? Shout out from the Philippines. Glad to have you. Let's see. Infamous Fishing on YouTube. Oh, see, look at that right there. Boom. Infamous Fishing on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. There we go. He got it. He knows what's up. Thank you very much, Ray. Glad to be on. Glad that I'm in a position to where I can be on with all this flooding and this natural disaster that we got a couple weeks ago that gave us a couple more servings full. Chris McVeigh's in the house. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's keep rolling, guys. All right, now Sean's posting this, guys. Go right here, guys. Keep watching that comment section. That way, if you get anybody you want to follow, you can get their handles that way. All right, so let's roll right here. Oh, I like this one right here. Last box I received a Mega Jaw spinning reel. The rod I was making for it just got done. I'm about to line it up and dial it down. Nice, cool, awesome. Thank you, Heather. Glad to hear that. All right. Yes, true. If you guys missed it, the premium box is sold out, but the regular box is still in stock and some good ones right there. All right. So right here, anyone got that Skeet Juan? So I got it's funny that you say that. Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of trafficking here, guys. Let me know. I've been seeing some people asking in KastKing USA about the Skeet Reese Icon rod and reel. Or not rod, but I'm sorry, the spinning reel and the bait caster. Primarily the bait caster, I think, is what's getting a lot of attention to people asking about it. Yes, the bait caster is in stock in both the right and left hand. Let me check the spinning as well. And then, as always, guys, let me put this on the page right here. Let's go to it. Boom. Let me help you out there. Okay. So if you guys are going to be ordering anything from the website, there is a discount code scrolling across the bottom right there, guys. AJWKK. That's going to save you 10% off of your order off KastKing.com. Now, if you guys have your own discount code, make sure you share that on your platform. And if you guys have a discount code from anybody else that you want to use, you don't have to use mine. I always appreciate it, but you don't have to. But yeah, that'll save you 10% off at checkout. Now, in the Skeet Reese Icon, it's available in a 2000 and a 3000 series in spinning, as well as in the bait caster. Now, before I get a little crazy, yes, they are in stock, but I've got a tournament coming up this weekend, guys. How many of you guys are tournament fishermen or tournament fisher women? I don't do a lot of tournament fishing. I do enjoy it from time to time. It's a great competitive sport. Tournament anglers can get a little cranky sometimes. They can get a little crazy, and it's just fun. It's fun to hear people in tournament stuff. But I've got 3 tournaments that I've got to complete before the end of the year. One major reason why I like doing fishing tournaments. It's fun. But B, I get to claim some certain things on taxes. So tax purposes, I've got to hit some fishing tournaments and be able to make those claims. So not just from my media work that I do, but also in for my tournaments. Now, let's go to this guy right here. Now, this has been my service. Now, granted, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, okay, the handles are a little bit dirty right there. Some people may stray away from the Skeet Reese Icon, which what we were talking about a minute ago, and I wanted to talk about that. There's been a lot of traction lately about the Skeet Reese Icon baitcaster and spinning, primarily the baitcaster, though. People wanting to know, is it any good? Is it really worth the $100? I've been thinking about it. I've been eyeballing it. And if you read the comment section, you'll see me in there absolutely get excited and say, yes, pick this guy up. And I'm going to tell you right now, yeah, definitely pick it up. I would like 5 or 6 of these on the deck of my boat all day long. But I'll be honest with you, I've spent the money elsewhere instead and bought the MGTi, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I did recently just spool up, put new line. Oh, my rods are going to fall. I've got 2 bait casters ready for this weekend's tournament. This one right here I've got set up with, I'm going to do my more flipping with this guy right here. Got a 1/2 ounce Mad Bite tungsten weight right there on a 4/0 EWG hook. I'll probably throw a brush hog or a crawl on that one and flip that one into trees and see how that's going to work out for my tournament. But then I also have a brush hog on this one for flipping. So I might do the brush hog on this one, crawl on the other, so I can just flip back and forth and see what's going to get a bit faster. But then I'm also going to be using the Skeet Reese Icon spinning, and I've got this one set up, and you guys are probably going to think drop shot, but no. I've got it on a power shot. Okay, now this is a great question right here, and I'm going to be 100% truthful. Oh wait, it was right here. Sorry. I'm going to give you my 100% truthful answer. Now, I own a bunch of them. I own a bunch of Mega Jaws Elites, and I own a bunch of the Skeet Reese Icons. Here is my honest to God answer on my personal point of view. Yes, I do love the Mega Jaws Elites. I do. Spinning, I choose the Mega Jaws Elite spinning over the Skeet Reese Icon for my finesse, okay? Mega Jaws Elite bait casters, okay, let me go back too. So let's wrap up the spinning. For finesse, drop shot, any kind of finesse, I'm going with Mega Jaws Elite for my finesse all day. For power shot and things and every other activity, worming, everything else in the spinning, Skeet Reese Icon, okay? I like the fact that I can pick this one up for about 30, 40 bucks cheaper, and it works. If you don't have the budget for the Mega Jaws Elite spinning, grab an Icon and forget about it. You'll be happy all day long. But I do prefer that Mega Jaws Elite spinning over the Icon in finesse, but barely, okay? Just barely, because it's a little bit smoother of a reel. It's a one-piece design. They both function and work phenomenally well. I just like that one-piece design over it, and it'll run you about 40 bucks more. Love the TPE handle on the Icon. So that's a toss-up. It's really close, but I do love the Mega Jaws spinning. Now, when it comes to bait casters, if I was going to jump online tonight and order some bait casters, and I had anywhere between $100 and $150 to spend on the bait caster, would I go with the Mega Jaws Elites? And I own quite a few of those. Or would I go with the Skeet Reese Icons? Now, if we're talking gear ratio and we're talking the 7-speed gear ratio, all day long, I'm going to go for that. I just love these more. These are about a 7.2 to 1, a 7.4 to 1. They're in that 7-speed gear ratio on the Icons. So if I'm going with that gear ratio in mind, I'm going to go with the Icons all day. And I'm going to save myself 30, 40 bucks by going with the Icons. I really love the way this reel fishes. It's got a great carbon fiber drag. I love those TPE handles. It flips very well. It casts very well for all other, from Carolina rig to flipping to everything else. I prefer this reel over the Mega Jaws Elite. But with that said, now if I'm going to be running fast baits, or I'm going to be looking for that higher gear ratio, I'm going to go with the Mega Jaws Elite. But for normal flipping, normal 7-speed, I'm going to go with this guy right here. I'm going to save myself 40 bucks and be happy all day long. So AJ, what's your personal best largemouth specifically? It's going to be an 8-pounder. My personal best is 8 and I actually picked that personal best up on a Skeet Reese Icon. Actually, this reel right here, this specific reel right here on a brush hog a couple months ago. My personal best was a high 7, and now I got into the 8s. So I've been looking to break that double digit for years and just can't get it done. Now, I believe I've had a couple hooked and lost them from my own ignorance, but that happened. So yeah, all day long, guys. I love this Skeet Reese Icon. If you're thinking about pulling the trigger, definitely. Now, if you guys are looking to be budget minded, say you guys are going, okay, look, I'm looking for rod and reel right now, especially in that fall transition, and to get myself a really good combo, I would have to say that Lethal Blaze is definitely gaining a lot of traction. Let me see here. Let's go right here. Whether you go in the spinning or the bait casting combo, say you guys have that $100 to spend, 80, 90 bucks to spend, and you're looking for a good combo, and you're looking for something that's really easy on the eyes. I'm going to tell you right now that the spinning combo is by far million miles worth every penny and then some in that spinning combo. You've got a great drag on it. You can hold a lot of line. I've been running this combo right here, throwing a weightless Senko, okay, on a barrel swivel with the leader. I don't know if you can see that barrel swivel right here, Okay, this works great. You can throw it like a Senko, and you can also throw it like a jerk bait. So you can let it have that fall of a Senko, and then you can work it like a jerk bait. It is a phenomenal setup, and I love throwing white on it because in my areas, they eat a lot of shad. So this definitely, and they've been blowing up on shad lately. So when I can make this look like a wounded shad with that fall of a wounded shad, of like a Senko fall, this is killer setup. But if you guys want a drop shot, you guys want to go worming, the Lethal Blaze spinning is a great option for you guys. I definitely say jump all over that. And then, of course, with that 10% off coupon, you can't beat it. Now, in a bait caster, this is a good bait caster, especially, oh, I got a hook in my knuckle. I got it in there pretty good. Let's see. Okay, good. Let me move that knuckle. Okay, you guys can tell that my Whopper Plopper hooks are sharp. That thing went right into my knuckle. I might bleed a little bit. We'll see. Nope, no blood coming out yet. All right, that's a good thing about having that blood disorder. I have to way too thick of blood for that. But right here, if you guys are looking for a great budget-friendly rod and reel combo in a bait caster, this is going to work pretty good for you as well. We do have some other budget-friendly reels that are great options as well. But if you're looking for a matching rod and reel bait caster combo, this is going to do great. If you like that orange, you could do the Brent Chapman combo special. But right now, new hotness, man, this Lethal Blaze in a bait caster is fire. It's got a good active magnetic braking system that works great for you. You've got a good size spool that's going to hold a large amount of line on there, aluminum handle. You have a TPE kind of style grip on here, a little harder. Now, I would say I'd like to see a full TPE handle, but what's that going to do? It's going to make the price go up, and we're trying to keep that price down. IM6 rod blank with zirconium rings on these right here. So this is going to be a great starter rod and reel combo for you guys, or just an all-around inexpensive investment to keep in the back of your truck, things like that. So that's a fire one right there. Whopper Plopper hooks are no joke. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. All right. Now, I just saw something that caught my attention, and I want to see what it says. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, MGTi. Okay, so what about the MGTi from Santa? So okay. I want an MGTi from Santa. Now, that could happen. The more people talk about it, the more it could happen. So, all right. What type of line do you use as a leader? Okay, so I have turned into a big tripolymer fan. But normally, if I'm going to be doing that, mono is a great option, okay? Because mono floats, right? So let me put up that. The question came from this right here. What do you use for a leader? And this is what I'm assuming that he's asking about on this. Monoline was going to work probably your best. I've turned into a big tripolymer fan because you can work it like mono, but it also can work like fluoro. It's kind of crazy. But I throw the tripolymer a lot because I can double duty, and it's got a smaller diameter than your traditional monos and fluorocarbons. So like this one right here that I recently just rigged up, okay? This dude right here is on 30-pound tripolymer. Yeah, 30-pound tripolymer. Where most people are running probably like a 20-pound fluorocarbon, I can run a 30-pound tripolymer and still be in that ballpark of 20-pound fluorocarbon with 10 more pound test of tensile strength. What does that mean? If anybody has ever seen my hook sets, you can ask Rex. You can ask Al Norker, Ricky Farley. A lot of the guys that fish with me, they know that I set the hook really freaking hard, and I break knots a lot or things like that because I'm evil with my hook sets, especially when it comes to flipping. So I like a heavier line, but I hate that power or the wiriness of a fluorocarbon in a 20-pound. So that tripolymer, I can up my test pound and keep my diameter down and have great presentation in the water and still get them to the boat on massive hook sets. So that's one key thing. Now back to this. So I'm running about a 17-pound tripolymer here, and I'm using the exact same line for a leader because I can get away with it. But you could run a mono with a mono leader. I just recommend something that's going to float or stay somewhat buoyant. Fluorocarbon is going to sink faster, so you're going to have a lot more sinking. I like to keep this one on the top of the water or just barely starting to fall. And then, of course, when you jerk it, it comes right back up to the top and then slowly does that Senko sink. So to answer your question, what size or what leader do you use, mono or tripolymer. Guys, that KastKing tripolymer, Bill Dance loves it. I have to agree with him. I like it. I just say, if you're going to run the tripolymer, if you're running like, say, a 15-pound test in fluorocarbon, up it. Go to like a 17 to 20-pound tripolymer and love it. You're going to get the same kind of action, less diameter with more tensile strength. So I definitely say up that. I usually drop shot with like 6 to 8 pound fluoro. I'm drop shotting with anywhere between 10 and 12 pound tripolymer. So I'm losing a lot less fish that way and really liking it. So that's a great setup there. All right, what do we got in the comment section? I'm a bit old school. I also love mono. See, yeah, like I'll still run. I'm not a big braid guy. I run it for certain reasons, but yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Seeing MGTi pop up and I want to talk about that. I got the MGTi and Kestrel Micro Air and I've been looking for what type of line to use. Thank you. Okay. So let's talk about this on my MGTIs. I've got a couple set up right here. Now this guy I just rigged up. This, oh, you know what? No, I've got 25 pound on that one. On this MGTi, I just remembered, I've got 30 pound MGTi on this one. And the reason for that is because I've got about 1.25 ounce tungsten right here and a big 5/0 EWG hook. I'm going to be throwing large baits on this one. So my plan of attack for this weekend is I'm going to try to get 5 in the boat. However I feel that's going to work, okay? 5 in the boat right out of the gate, and then I'm going to go hog hunting as much as I can. Now, granted, I haven't fished this body of water in about a month and a half, 2 months. It's gotten incredibly low since I was there, and it's starting to come back up since I was there with all this flooding, and it's going to be dirty, muddy water, stained in some areas. I'm going to try to go to the stained areas and stay away from muddy areas. So I'm going to be fishing this tournament completely blind. So I'm going to go in there and try to sack 5 up right out of the gate and then go hog hunting. So 30 pound tripolymer on here, 1.25 ounce tungsten, 5/0 EWG. I'll probably be throwing a big 10-inch worm, or I'm going to go to a bodega, 6-cents bodega in the 6-inch, which looks kind of like a craw with a heavy vibration to it, and drag that on the bottom real slow in about 30 foot of water. That's going to be my target area with a Carolina rig as well. So that's going to be a Texas rig, real heavy Texas rig off the bottom, dragging, making noise. Also going to be throwing a jig, but I'm throwing it on this MGTi because this MGTi can throw, like we talked about, it's super lightweight. AJ Gore, where are the KastKing rod socks? You know what? They just came out. They're on Amazon. I've got KastKing rod socks, but I got these too. I'm going to be updating to the new KastKing rod socks here pretty soon, especially when they hit the website. They're actually on the website, but when I go to add them to cart and put them in, it says they're out of stock. So I'm going to see what's going on with that. I think they're just building the link soon. So KastKing rod socks will be available on the website very soon. Again, the new updated style. And then you can use discount codes to pick those up. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be using on this MGTi. Magnesium frame, titanium spool, one of the lightest reels on the market, and it can throw down to a 1/16 of an ounce all the way up to extreme power fishing. And that's what I'm going to be doing is finesse style power fishing, as weird as that sounds. I'm going to be throwing heavy line, big baits, big hooks, big sinkers, but working them very slow in deeper water with this setup. Now, my next setup for the tournament in the MGTi is going to be a Carolina rig. Now, here's a cool little feature on this. So this guy right here is like a chigger craw, got it on a 3/0 hook. And then, of course, I'm running about 3/4 ounce weight up top. Now, guys, check this out. This is the drop shot capsule bait capsule. Okay, it is the drop shot capsule, but it also works perfect. If I haven't talked about it or you haven't heard me talk about it, as a Carolina rig capsule from keeping your baits from smacking that blank. This is an IM9 blank. It's a very fragile blank. I don't need to be compromising it with weights hitting against it, especially tungsten. So that's another thing is 25 pound, okay, tripolymer on my Carolina rig. I'm going to be dragging it on the bottom with this craw. This chigger craw right here, Berkeley Crazy Lake chigger craw, has been one of my go-tos of all time. Always has been an all-time greatest for me. I catch a lot of fish on this, whether it's a jig trailer, Texas rig, or Carolina rig. I'm going to be dragging this Carolina rig for sure with that MGTi. And with that MGTi, the great thing about it, one cool feature is I love this big handle. But what I'm going to be doing after I've got 5 in the boat, I'm going to be trying to upsize and cull some of the smaller fish, is I'm going to slow down and really try to get those big fish in. And with this big handle right here, winching handle, I can do that. Or with that giant star drag, and I've got big hands, but even people with smaller hands can reach around and get their fingers on that star drag, and as they retrieve, pick up the slack with the finger right there. So that's going to cut down on fatigue. It's going to cut down on a lot of things. I can slow down, be methodical, and have easy contact one-handed with my bait and rod and reel setup. And then, of course, when it's time to set the hook, I've got all the drag and power I need to get those big fish to the boat. Yo, AJ, how do I fix my bait caster? It looks like a mummy of line. Bring it to me. Bring it to me and I'll get that out of there. I am a ninja when it comes to overruns and bait caster fuzzes, I'm telling you. But there's a lot of videos out there. I don't know if your question is to, hey, how can I get it under control and manage my, my backlashes and overruns? I've got a couple videos on there, but all you got to do is how to prevent backlash on a bait caster on YouTube. Watch a couple videos. It'll definitely help you understand how it works. The main thing is to understand what's happening as it's happening in your cast, and you'll figure it out too. A little quick trick too is changing the centrifugal force on the bearings. So if you're ever fuzzing up, this is for anybody out there watching, if you guys are ever casting a bait caster and every now and then it starts to get a little bit of an overrun or a little bit of a and a lot of things can change this. A little bit of backlash from wind in your direction can cause it. You could be throwing a bait all day long and it's doing great, but then all of a sudden the wind picks up in a different direction and starts opposing your cast. That can cause an overrun, things like that. One way to definitely help combat that is taking the centrifugal force and change it on the bearing load. And what I mean by that is when you cast, in the middle of your cast, say you just cast out there, right? And it's starting to go, take your bait caster and rotate it as it's in the duration of your cast. So you sling it and rotate it. That's actually going to change and load up those bearings, and it'll slow that spool down just ever so slightly to keep you from getting those overruns. So that's a little tip there. Think about when you were in school. I don't know if maybe they did it in your school. I know they did it in mine, talking about centrifugal force. They had like a wheel on a bicycle, and you're just holding the wheel by the actual, the axle itself, and they spin it straight up and down. It's no big deal. But as soon as you lean it, all of a sudden that thing feels heavy and starts jerking you around. That's its centrifugal force has just incredibly multiplied because it wasn't balanced. So sometimes when you cast, you don't have all that force on there, and it's not enough pressure because, like I said, the wind can change it, things like that. You can actually rotate it slightly on the fly, and all of a sudden comes back under control. Little tip there. So I'm pretty good at getting birds' nests out. I learned to bait caster breaks before they were a thing. Old school ambassador. Yeah, there you go. Nice to hear that. Nice to hear that. Or just learn the thumb control. Another great trick right there. So there's so many different things. It's just one of those things. The best thing I can tell people when it comes to bait casters, seat time. Get out there and just stick with it. If you guys like playing cornhole, the old sandbag or bag of corn or whatever it is that you're tossing in onto the deck of a board that has a hole in it. Do the same thing. Set up your cornhole board, go stand on top of an ice chest and practice flipping into that. And then, of course, if you have a big backyard or go up to a football field, then practice your casting. And I'd recommend doing it on braid or some inexpensive line, because as you drag it across the ground, you can kind of compromise some of that line. So yeah, just seat time, and due diligence. So that's what I definitely recommend for those trying to get their bait casters figured out. All right, what else we got? What's this? The cost was too good. I bought both Blaze combos. I blame the 8-day inventory weekend TikTok discount code. Little delirious at midnight. Ah, good for you. Good for you. Love it. Love it. Love it. Congratulations. What else we got? I've had to completely reline my bait caster because of backlash. I've been there too, Patrick. I have been too. 95% of the time, I don't have to reline a bait caster. Like, I've gotten to become an absolute ninja at preventing it, but sometimes things happen. B, a couple of the guys that I fish with, I love them to death, not talking trash about them, but their patience is, I'm blessed with incredible patience. So it's something I'm good at. Plus I go and teach I haven't this year, but the last couple of years, for about the past 4 years, I've gone and taught 4-H kids how to fish. And so working with bird's nests and things like that, I would always work through that. So I'm pretty good at that stuff. What else we got before we wrap it up? Right here. This is a great one. I practice in the yard for hours at a time. That's absolutely what I recommend. AJ, I call heads. Okay, so where is it? Right here. All right, let's see. Let's put that one on the screen. Now, you say you call heads. Let's say I was doing a giveaway and you got picked. Let's just see. He calls heads. Is his luck good? There's heads. There's tails. If this was a giveaway, hook it up 408. Would you have won? You would have won. Heads. So too bad we weren't doing a giveaway hookup, but I'm telling you, nice. Go buy a lottery ticket. It might be your night. All right. I always try to buy bulk spools when line. Yeah, exactly. And that's another great thing about the tripolymer, guys, is you can get that available in the bulk spools. And so I like to buy them in the bulk spools. One thing I recommend when you do buy the tripolymer in the bulk spools and you go to spool it up, whether you have a line spooler, the LSV16 rod rack line spooling system, I adore that system. One thing that I don't like about it with I can't say that I like about either. I'm not complaining about either. It just happened this way. When you run it on a spooler and you poke through there, you can actually poke it right through where the placement of what pound test it is. Now I figured out how to know what pound test it is on those big bulk spools of tripolymer by the product code. But rule of thumb, when I buy them and I'm getting ready to poke a hole in the middle and compromise that, and I won't know, what pound test is this? For quick reference, I grab a Sharpie and I write it real big on the spool itself, 15 pound, 17 pound, 20 pound. So that way, if I poke a hole in there and it tears up the small print of what pound test it is, I can tell what it is right there. So quick reference, always write a Sharpie on your big bulk spools of tripolymer, what pound test it is. That's a little food for thought trick. So guys, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for me tonight. I really do appreciate you guys joining me. I'm going to be back next week. I'm trying to get Canterbury on the show. Scott Canterbury, he's just wrapping up the Ultimate Angler Challenge and should be done for his season for the rest of the year. So I'm going to get Scott on the show hopefully next week. If not, we're going to try to get it done this month, and I will do a giveaway going into next week's show. So guys, thank you very much for being a part of the show tonight. I appreciate your time, and I will see you guys next week. Now, before I go, make sure you're following us on TikTok. Of course, it's going to be KastKing USA as our handle on TikTok. Lots of great sales. Nikki going live like crazy over there. Hunter's going live on that all the time. Crazy good deals on the TikTok shop. Make sure you check that out. KastKing USA on TikTok. Same handle for Instagram, KastKing USA, but we have a secondary handle called KastKing Community. Make sure you guys are following that. And then, of course, if you're watching right here via Facebook or YouTube, you already know, just make sure you're subscribed. Notification bell is on. That way when we go live and we're doing giveaways, you guys get hooked up. All right, guys, God bless you. I'll see you guys next week. Stay dry, stay safe, and hopefully everything is going great in your neck of the woods and tight lines and catch some fish. Wish me luck for my tournament. I'm going at it completely blind. I had to cancel my last tournament a couple weeks ago because of the floods, but I got to make these next ones. So I will see you guys next week, and hopefully got some good news on the tournament. If not, hey, we'll go out there and we're going to have fun. That's the most important. God bless y'all. I'll see you next week. Giveaway next week. It's coming. It's coming. Hey, tell Scott, get on the show. Let's have fun. All right, I'm out. You guys have a great night. Booyah!